Throughout history, certain rulers have stood out not just for their wealth or titles, but for their extraordinary ability to shape the world through conquest, leadership, and vision. These kings left legacies that have echoed through centuries, influencing empires, cultures, and even modern civilization. Their names are remembered not merely for their reigns, but for the lasting mark they made on human history. Here are 5 of the strongest kings of ancient times. Sargon of Akkad is widely regarded as the world's first great empire builder. Emerging in the fertile lands of Mesopotamia, he rose from relatively humble origins to unite the warring Sumerian city-states under a single banner, the Akkadian Empire. This empire stretched from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean, creating a model for governance that would influence civilizations for centuries. Sargon was not just a conqueror, but also a shrewd administrator. He established a centralized government, standardized taxation, and created a standing army that ensured loyalty and rapid response to rebellions. He also promoted trade and communication across vast distances, paving the way for economic prosperity. By integrating diverse populations and cultures, Sargon set a precedent for managing large empires, demonstrating that strength in leadership combined with strategy could sustain long-term control. Ramses II, famously called the Great, ruled Egypt during its new kingdom, and is considered one of the most powerful and long-reigning pharaohs in history. His military career is legendary, particularly his confrontation with the Hittites at the Battle of Kadesh. Though the battle ended in a stalemate, Ramses portrayed it as a glorious victory, securing his reputation as a fearless warrior and honestly a master of propaganda. Beyond the battlefield, Ramses II was a prolific builder. He commissioned massive temples, monuments and statues, including the iconic Abu Simbel temples and the Ramesseum, which celebrated both the gods and his enduring legacy. His reign lasted 66 years, during which Egypt reached, unprecedented levels of wealth, stability, and cultural influence. Ramses' ability to blend military power with monumental achievements ensured that his name would remain synonymous with Egyptian greatness. Few figures have captured the imagination of history like Alexander the Great. By the age of 30, he had conquered one of the largest empires the world had ever seen, stretching from Greece to Egypt and as far east as India. His military genius lay in the ability to combine speed, strategy and diplomacy, often defeating much larger forces with clever tactics and disciplined troops. Alexander's conquests were more than mere military achievements. They spread Greek culture across 3 continents, initiating what we now know as the Hellenistic Age. Cities like Alexandria in Egypt, for instance, became vibrant centers of learning, trade, and cultural exchange. Alexander also showed remarkable leadership in integrating diverse peoples. He married local princesses and adopted certain customs of the conquered lands, which you see helped maintain loyalty and stability. His legacy is indeed twofold: as a conqueror who reshaped political boundaries and as a cultural unifier whose influence, quite fascinatingly, persisted long after his death. Ashoka, ruler of the Maurya Empire in India, is remembered as one of the most remarkable kings in history because of his transformation from warrior to peacemaker. Initially, he was a fierce ruler, expanding his empire through rather brutal military campaigns, with the most notable being the Kalinga War. The destruction caused by this conflict reportedly moved Ashoka deeply, leading to his embrace of Buddhism and a life committed to non-violence and ethical governance. Ashoka promoted social welfare, justice, and religious tolerance throughout his empire. He even commissioned edicts carved in stone, which spread his moral and spiritual principles far and wide. Under Ashoka's rule, India became not only a political power but also a spiritual center, influencing regions across Asia. His ability to transform his rule from conquest to compassion demonstrates that true strength, quite astonishingly, can also lie in moral courage and wisdom. Cyrus II of Persia, known as Cyrus the Great, founded the Achaemenid Empire, which, became the largest empire of its time. Unlike many rulers who relied solely on force, Cyrus was celebrated for his justice, tolerance, and diplomatic skill. He respected the religions and customs of conquered peoples, fostering loyalty and stability across his vast domains. One of his most famous acts was the liberation of the Jewish people from Babylonian captivity, earning him a place in both historical and religious texts. Cyrus's administrative innovations, including efficient taxation systems and provincial governance, allowed him to maintain control over a territory spanning 3 continents. His combination of military prowess, visionary leadership, and humane policies set a model for future empires. These 5 kings were extraordinary not only for their military strength, but also for their vision, strategy, and ability to inspire and govern effectively. From Sargon's creation of the First Empire to Alexander's cultural diffusion, Ramses's monumental legacy, Ashoka's moral transformation, and Cyrus's just rule each reshaped the world in their own way. Their stories remind us that true leadership is measured not only by conquests, but also by the enduring influence one leaves on civilization. The power of these ancient kings demonstrates that strength comes in many forms: strategic genius, military skill, visionary governance, and even moral courage. They are timeless examples of how leaders can change the course of history and inspire generations to come.